Hello, and welcome back to the third episode of the Professionally Lacking podcast by yours truly. Today I'm going to be discussing 3 quotes and seeing if I can pull some sort of meaning out them, something that resonates with myself and you as the viewer or the listener. So first off, we have, I'd be more frightened by not using whatever abilities I'd been given. I'd be more frightened by procrastination and laziness. Denzel Washington. So we all have that sort of thing. We just have a knack for it. And for me, that's like being a sort of leader. I would like to go into a career in politics, but to say I am passionate about the change I want to make is an understatement. I drive on these ragged roads every day, and I think twice before I use the tap water. I look on with disappointment that there are people begging on these streets in this day and age. I worry that this great city I've grown up in is being ruined, as more and more houses are abandoned and more people leave the city in a sort of exodus because they couldn't be provided for. I feel that, things are running things. Like, it often comes down to me. Because if no one else does it, I might as well just do it myself. And while I haven't really had to do that with the city, I know from personal experience that in group projects where things just have to get done, like even though it's not my place to do it, I just do it because I need to put my interests, I need to put myself on top. I would say that my passion meets the world's greatest need in the fact that we need some decent leadership around here. They're all old men. They all represent a decade that happened multiple decades ago, centuries ago, if you will. I would say that something that moves me is the fact that people need good leadership. You can't just put one person in charge, call them the leader, and expect them to perform. You need someone who can really lead, really stand out from the crowd. And that's something that moves me because I know I can do it. I believe in myself. I feel that because I have this knack for leadership, it would best be a gift worth giving out to everyone. And it is these, I feel these natural skills in leadership that I can lend to help me leave a bigger mark on the world. Now for the next quote, I want you to back yourself into a corner. Give yourself no choice but to succeed. Let the consequences of failure be so dire that you'll have no choice but to do whatever it takes to succeed. Jordan Belfort. So this quote, I believe, represents the lengths I would go to answer my vocation to serve in the government. There aren't enough people who are willing to give an arm and a leg. Most politicians you see nowadays are self-serving and corrupt. I have thankfully never had to sacrifice much to get where I am, but I'm eternally grateful to my parents who have constantly kept me going in this direction of politics and have given so much to give me the best chance at achieving my future goals, that being a leader. And so I feel that the population I'm called to serve are the people of Chicago. I would like to serve as their mayor one day, just to start somewhere. And I feel that these people can benefit from for now it would sound like belly aching about common problems we all have. But it is my willingness, my drive to do something about it that will most likely stick out for them. And it is they that will benefit from my belly aching now. But eventually it will turn into real change. Now for the third quote. Those who dance are considered insane by those who cannot hear the music. George Carlin. Now, I would say that this quote means that not everyone will understand what you're doing, but why you're doing it. But in the end, you know what you're doing, or you should know what you're doing, because it doesn't matter what anyone else thinks. If you know what you're doing will make you feel fulfilled, will grant you the greatest success in life, that's all you need for reassurance. Screw everyone else. Set out what you are called to do. Now, I recently watched a documentary called Knock Down the House. It's mainly about how Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, representative from New York's 14th congressional district, came to be elected in 2018 over incumbent Democrat Joe Crowley. It made me think, if someone as young and passionate as AOC disregarded the fact that she was fighting an uphill battle against a political machine, and everyone reminded her of this, yet she still managed to win. It made me think more and more about going into politics and being a leader. Because if someone as passionate and as change-driven as AOC can win against an incumbent representative who really hasn't stood for their constituency's ideals, I know for sure that I can. And I feel that, the love that I experience from my family and friends, I feel like their encouragement is enough for me to pursue my goals. And I remember vividly an experience I had. I was in 7th grade. I visited the Illinois state capitol to shadow my state representative. I was doing this for a project in school about what I wanted to do. I was made honorary page of that assembly of state Congress, and I believe it was a pivotal moment that cemented in my head that I would be a leader someday. I would be someone that many people count on. I would be someone whose words carry some weight. I would even say that I would want to lead this country someday. Thank you for listening today. This was another project for school, this time for church history. Next time it might be something more trivial. Until next time, take care.